Hi, today we're at DC Green Fest, and we have the great pleasure of being with Moore Lappé, the author of Diet for a Small Planet, Hope's Edge, and now Get a Grip. Francis,
Yes.
what motivated you to first start writing about the human food production and the problems related thereof?
Well, I was in my 20s, and the first question was not really about food. It was just asking, in general, how can it be that we're creating this world that seems so out of sync with our values and sensibilities that none of us as individuals would really choose? And I thought that if I could just focus on one thing, and I thought, food, it's basic, it's personal, it relates us to one another, and it relates us directly to the earth. If I could just understand why hunger, then that would unravel the complexities of economics and politics. And I didn't realize what that choice would mean, because the experts were all telling us, this is in the late 60s, that we had hit the Earth's limits. And yet I realized in my own modest research approach, I learned that there's more than enough food in the world to make us all chubby, and that we were, not only that, actively taking this enormous abundance and creating scarcity from it. And that's what we're doing across all aspects of production today. We are generating scarcity.
Could you elaborate more on that? You said before that hunger is not caused by scarcity of food, but scarcity of democracy. What are some steps then that an ordinary person can take to help fight this crisis?
Well, I think it's not, what I'm going to say is a both and, not an either or.
Okay.
That to empower ourselves and to be healthier, we can make choices right now to align with the Earth's abundance. And that means embracing the diversity and the taste and the color and all the wonderful things in the plant world, because that's where the abundance is. Before we feed it to feedlot-fed livestock, obviously it is much more abundant, because in the U.S. we feed 16 pounds of grain and soy to get 1 pound of beef back to us. So as individuals just taking food, we can embrace the plant world and center our diet there and center it locally and feel more empowered ourselves. Not that this is a burden that we're bearing, but we feel healthier and more empowered. And then at the same time, we have to take a stand to get money out of the political system, and now there's a way to do that that's proven at the state level. It's called voluntary public financing, and there's a national movement at just6dollars.org that is taking this bipartisan, getting money completely out of elections so that the people who are elected are responsible to you and me. So we can be working at that level as well, getting money out of the system, and then as we're doing that, also pursuing reclaiming government as our values tool. That, you know, the biggest disempowering message is that government is the enemy. Well, that robs us of this tool that we as citizens have to set the ground rules in which the market can really function, including addressing global climate change.
Great, great. What are some steps that technology can play? Does that technology have a positive role or more of a negative role in this process?
Well, it all depends on what we mean by technology, because what we're learning now is the technology of sustainable agriculture, the learning more about how plants interact with one another and the importance of different kind of tillage techniques. It's called agroecology. We've found that there's a major new study by the University of Michigan that says that if we converted the whole world to organic, sustainable practices, food production would go up by over 50%. So we have to get out of this mindset that is the industrial model that brings us abundance. No, the industrial model is killing our planet, including shrinking our food supply. And what can expand it is this sustainable agroecology approach. And So we need to think of that not as going backward, but as to the new technology centered on our knowledge and our working with one another and directly with the earth.
That's great. And finally, what brings you to festivals such as this one?
Well, I think the Green Festival, this is my second one. Yeah, it's my second one. And to me, this is the most powerful way because people are coming together face to face to be inspired by so many new both ideas and practical innovations that they can implement tomorrow to feel that they are aligning their lives with Earth's natural energy flows. 15,000 doses of sun's energy hit us every 15,000 times as much from the sun as we're using now in fossil fuel. So how do we align ourselves with that renewing energy? And that's what we can learn about at the Green Festival, as well as hear from other people and meet other people. So I love the face-to-face, the opportunity to really rub elbows with one another and to get out of the victim mode, to get out of the party's over, and to say, no, our life in community is just beginning.
And thank you again for being here today with us. And Francis Moore Lappe's new book is Getting a Grip, and it's out in stores right now.